Welcome to part 3 of Let's Play House of Hell by Steve Jackson. At the end of the last part, I had reached paragraph 160, and I'd gone through a mirror, and I'm now in a small chamber. I was deciding whether to take the left door, the right door, or go back through the mirror. One more thing to mention: for some reason in the last video I forgot to write down that I picked up the Chris dagger. I definitely picked it up. If you want to check that, feel free to watch the last video if you haven't already, but I think you probably would have if you're watching this one. But yeah, it was in the secret room under the stairs, so for some reason I didn't write it down. I've now written it down, so I have the Chris dagger, which is important. So yeah, I'm going to take the right hand door and turn to 294. Here we go. Okay. The door is locked. If you have any keys with you, you may try them in the lock. Do you have a golden key? If so, you can try it by turning to 10. If not, turn to 204. I do have a golden key, so I'm going to turn to 10. I definitely picked that up. Proof of that is there. There's the golden key. So, here's paragraph 10. The golden key fits the lock and turns. The door opens to let you into another small room. The dust and cobwebs suggest that this room is very rarely used, and it certainly looks fairly uninteresting. But in the thick dust on the floor you notice one footprint, then another. Someone has been in here recently. The footprints lead towards the right-hand wall, around the door. Behind a loose stone in the wall you find what it was that this visitor came to hide. A large cast-iron key. You pick it up and examine it. It is heavy and fairly crudely made, and has the number 27 cast into it. You put this in your pocket. Nothing else of interest seems to be in the room, but you may add 2 luck points for this find. Now you must leave the chamber. Turn to 204. Okay, so we don't need the luck points, because we're already at maximum for that. And we picked up a cast iron key. So cast iron key with 27 on it. There we go. So that's that done. So now we're turning to 204. We're nearly finished with this book. Do you wish to try the other door? Turn to 92, or would you prefer to step back through the mirror? Turn to 349. We're going to step back through the mirror, 349. It's important that you go the right way in this book, because even one wrong move will it can be devastating. So make sure you know the right route, which can only be obtained through trial and error, really. 349 we go. You wait until there is silence in the drawing room and step carefully back through the mirror into the room. The coast is clear. You walk over to the door and leave the room. Turn to 131. Okay, you leave the room cautiously and look around in the hallway. There is no one in sight. There is a door to your left, which you may try by turning to 211. Otherwise you may turn right and follow the hallway round. We are going to turn right and follow the hallway round, so turn to 58. Again, important that you know where you're going here. The hallway widens. You walk across to another hallway and continue in the direction you were walking until you reach 2 doors opposite each other. Will you try the door on the right, turn to 118, or the door on the left? Okay, we're going to take the door on the left, 323. Okay, the door is locked. The handle and lock are part of an ornate metal plate. Do you have a cast iron key with you? If so, deduct the number on the key from this reference number and turn to the resulting reference to open the door. Otherwise you must try the door opposite, and quickly, because you can hear footsteps approaching from the hallway. Turn to 118. Okay, we have the key with 27 on it, so 323 minus 27 is 296. Minus the 23 first, leaving another 4 to minus. 300 minus 4, 296. Bit of arithmetic there. So 296 we go. Okay, the key turns and the door opens. You step into the dining room. The long table is set for 2 with fine silver. A sparkling chandelier, festooned with candles, lights the room. The walls are covered with plush red wallpaper. Full-length curtains are drawn along one of the walls. You are prepared for your battle. A rope hangs down by the curtains. You can pull this if you wish to ring for the butler. Turn to 318. Otherwise you can check round the room for signs of any traps. Turn to 185. We're going to ring for the butler. And what does a butler do? Why, he buttles, sir. That's from the film Clue with Tim Curry and Mr. Kraft from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Just thought I'd put that bit of trivia in there. 318. Because we're ringing for the butler. Okay, a few moments later, Franklin's. Yeah, there they are. There's Franklin's and there's the Earl. Looks sort of menacing there. A few moments later, Franklin, the butler, enters the dining room. He is startled to see you. You demand to talk to the master of the house, and he agrees to pass on your request. 10 minutes later, the Earl of Druma comes storming angrily into the room, with Franklin's following close behind. They stand facing you across the table, watching you carefully. "Why have I been disturbed in the middle of the night?" he demands. You tell him that you know of the evil that goes on in the house, and that you are determined to destroy it. The two men look at each other, they nod and look back at you. Then they step apart and advance around the table towards you. The Earl to your left and his butler to your right. You must choose quickly whom you will attack first. If you fight the Earl first, turn to 30. If you attack Franklin's first, turn to 351. Okay, we're going to attack Franklin's first because if you've played this game before, you know that he's the real evil here. Okay, you turn towards the butler. He stops and takes a step backwards. You step forwards. Franklin runs round to the other side of the table. "Franklin," screams the Earl, "move in, man. Step up and attack." The butler twitches nervously. Will you continue pursuing him, turn to 336, or will you leave the cowardly butler for the time being and concentrate on the Earl, turn to 30? Continue pursuing the butler, 336, yeah, continue pursuing Franklin's, 336. Because he's the real evil here. You catch up with the butler in the corner of the room, resolve your fight with him, and if you are attacking with the Chris dagger, add 3 points to your skill during the battle. Franklin's, skill 8, stamina 8. When you have inflicted your first wound on Franklin's, turn to 181. Okay, we have the Chris dagger, but because it hasn't said increase my skill above the initial value, it can still only be 8, which is what the sharp meat knife we picked up was already doing. So the Chris dagger is useless in this battle. But if you didn't have a sharp meat knife, you could use the Chris dagger. It's just reminding you, I think. But the instructions for the game said only increase skill above initial value only when it states that you can do so on the paragraph, which it hasn't done. So my skill remains at 8. So yeah, in true Blue Peter fashion, here is one I prepared earlier. Here's Franklin's, skill 8, stamina 8, enemy attack, my attack. So let's resolve this battle. So, him first. As we have equal skill, we just have to concentrate on the result of the dice throw. So if he gets a 7, that's 15. I get a 10, that's 18. So 15 to 18. So I've won that first attack round. So putting him down to 6, and that means, of course, that we've inflicted the first wound on Franklin's. So we now turn to 181. And we find out who Franklin's really is. The butler screams as your blow strikes him. The man is obviously not the violent type, as the agony in his voice is certainly not warranted by your modest hit. His cry continues. It becomes deafening, and you are forced to step back and cover your ears with your hands. But this is not the anguish of an injured man. Steam begins to rise from the floor, and it engulfs the butler. His expression changes from a scream to a vicious snarl, and his eyes widen. A transformation is taking place. Before your eyes, the form of Franklin's melts away and is replaced by a hideous demonic beast. Steam hisses from its mouth. Its scaly skin is dark. Its hands are now 2 vicious claws, which slash the air before you. Its feet have become hooves, goat-like hooves. You must add 3 fear points as you witness the creation of this demon from the depths of hell. If you're still alive, turn to 109. If you're using the Chris knife, or 52 if you are not. So we're using the Chris knife, and we have to add 3 fear points. So let's put it up to 8. So if we add 8 fear points maximum, we'd be dead now. So you need 9 or more, which is a die roll of 3 or more. So we're on 8 fear points now, and we're using the Chris knife, and so we're turning to 109. 109. Can you defeat the demon which now stands before you? If not, it will certainly kill you. But you have with you the Chris knife, the only weapon which will harm the creature. You may add 6 points to your skill score while using this weapon. Now resolve this battle. I don't understand this, because because it hasn't said go above the initial value, but which is stupid. I mean, it does have very high skill, so I'm going to do it anyway because it hasn't said go above the initial value. I'm on 109, by the way. So if I have a look at the instructions here, it says, do not, however, change your initial skill, as this is still used to determine the maximum skill you have, and is also used if you must make rolls against your skill. If you find a weapon which will be identified with capital letters during the adventure, the text will tell you how many skill points a weapon allows you to add. These points are added to your starting skill, not your initial skill. Oh, I see. Right. So it can go above the initial skill, but it can't go above. Yeah. So the weapon adds 6 points to my skill of 5, effectively, making 11 skill. So it can go above the initial skill. I see, right. So that was okay how I fought Franklin's the Butler, because that added 3. That did the same. That was using the same number of skill points as what the sharp meat knife did. But because that was from my starting skill as well, so it gave me 8. So I should, according to those rules, I'm able to go above the initial skill. But with this, so I'm able to go up to 11 skill with this. So if I put my skill up to 11, yeah, because my starting skill, my starting skill was 5. And because my initial skill is 8, you minus 3 because you don't have a weapon, you add 6 to your starting skill, so 5 plus 6 is 11, so my skill is now 11. I hope that makes sense, but that is playing with the rules. But it is quite ambiguous, because on this, it is quite difficult to do this, because it says, yeah, your skill score reflects your general fighting expertise, the higher the better. Yeah, so never rub out your initial scores, although you may be awarded additional skills down on luck points. These totals may never exceed your initial scores, except on very rare occasions when you will be instructed on a particular page. Yet we're using the Chris knife, and that is going above our initial score. I think they must have copied this from the other books, and they must have added this. Yeah, they must have added the weapons section afterwards without removing the ambiguity from the previous section, which is a generic fighting fantasy section. This section here is particular to this book. So the Chris knife adds 6 points to our starting skill. Yeah, so we're on 11 now. It's pretty ambiguous, this. They didn't get rid of that ambiguity. But yeah, so we're on 11, skill 14, stamina 12. So we're fighting Hell Demon now. So let's put him in now. Hell Demon. Skill 14, stamina 12, and enemy attack, and my attacks. This is still going to be quite a difficult fight, even with the Chris knife. So let's have a go at this now. Was that correct, what I put there? Yeah, 14, 12. Okay, so that's him first, so he's on 14. That gives him 20. I'm on 11, so it's 22... Oh, 21, goodness me. So I just win that round. So that's 20 to 21. Putting him down to 10 stamina. Okay, so another one. He gets a 10, which is 24, and I get a 3, which is 14. So 24 to 14, so he wins that one. So 24 to 14. So he puts me down to 15. Okay, next one. He gets a 5, that's 19. I get a 10, that's 21. So 19 to 21. So 19 to 21. So I win that one, so he's now on 8. So we're doing well, just 4 more hits. He gets a 10 again, brilliant. And I get a 3. That's exactly what happened last time. So 24 to 14 again, unfortunately. So he whittles me down to 13 now. Right, okay, he gets a 10 again, and I get a 2, brilliant, so 24 to 13 this time. That's the wrong one, that's the hunchback, 24 to 13. Okay, so he whittles me down to 11. Okay, now for the next one. Okay, he gets a 9, that's 23. I get a 9, that's 20. So 23, 20. Which means he puts my health down to 9. It's getting a bit close now, too close for comfort. Okay, he gets a 4, that's good, that's 18. I get 8, that's 19, so 18, 19, just win that one there. 18, 19, that puts him down to 6 first of all. And put 18, 19 here. Oops, done the wrong character there. 18, 19. Where's the... There it is. Just going to turn the light on. Can't really see the buttons. There we go. Right, so he's down to 6. Just 3 more hits now. Okay, he gets a 5. That's 19. I get a 7. That's 18. So he just beats me. That's a bit unlucky there because that was quite a low number for him. So 19, 18. And he puts my health down to 7. So hopefully we'll get lucky this time. He gets a 4, that's 18. I get a 10, that's 21. So 21 to 18, that was a good one. So 18 to 21, lovely jubbly. And he's down to 4, just 2 more hits now, and I've completed the game. Very difficult battle this. I mean, not only do you have to go through the labyrinthine house and find the right things, the last battle was really difficult. Okay, so he gets an 11, that's 25, and I get 11, which is 22. So 25 to 22, that's a bit annoying. 25 to 22, so he wins that one. That whittles me down to 5. Next hit, I think I might waste a... No, there's no point, is there? I'll still need 2 hits. I could test my luck here. Yeah, if I test my luck, I can put my health only down to go down to 6. That'll give me 3, not an extra hit. I think. Yeah, I'll test my luck here. So I need anything less than 8 here. 6, good, that worked. So that only puts that. I get back an extra health point, so that goes up to 6. And my luck goes down to 7 again. I mean, I might as well have the luck, use the luck if I have it, but it's a bit dodgy now because my luck was already quite low. I won't do it again. I might get 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12, which will make me unlucky and make me lose an extra hit. Extra hit point. So, or an extra point of stamina, rather. Okay, so we're still fighting. He needs 2 hits. Yes, so let's do this. Right. So he gets a 2, brilliant. Only 1 out of 36 chance for that. He gets a 2, that's 16, and I get a 9, that's 20. So 20 to 16, which is really good. Glad I got those extra 6 points for the Chris knife, because otherwise I don't think I'd be able to do this. Okay, hopefully the last hit point. Okay, he gets a 7, that's 21. I get an 8, that's 19. Damn, 21 to 19. Come here. 21 to 19. That puts it down to 4. Lovely jubbly. Okay, hopefully this is the last one. He gets an 8, that's 22. I get 11, that's also 22. So we're equal at the moment. So that was a stalemate attack round. So 22 to 22. 22 to 22. Hopefully this is the last one then. Okay. He gets a 7, that's 21. I get 11, that's 22. Yes, I've done it. 21 to 22. So I just win that attack round. So that is the end of him. That's the end of Franklin as the Hell Demon. So, with that done, let's read the rest of the book. If you win the fight, turn to 400. We did. So let's turn to 400. A bloody difficult battle that was, I must say. Although I did have very low skill at the start. I mean, 8 skill at the start. If I'd had 12 skill, that would have put me down to 9 for the -3. 9 plus 6 for using the Chris knife. That would have given me 15 skill. If I'd started with the maximum die roll of 6, giving me 12 skill, that would have given me 15 skill against the Hell Demon, and I would have beaten more easily. I only had, remember, my die roll where there was only 2 for skill. That was quite low. I mean, it was hard enough on that. I don't think it would have been even harder with only 7 minus with only 10 skill would have been even harder. So yeah, we've done the book. So here we go. Here's paragraph 400. The creature howls as you strike the final blow. It totters on its hooves and crashes down onto the table. As it falls, its flailing arms smash into the chandelier in the centre of the room, scattering candles onto the floor. From behind you, another cry goes up, and your other attacker, whom you have forgotten about completely, springs over to the table to hug the beast pitifully. You ought to kill both of them, but the pathetic, sobbing creature hunched over the huge bulk is hardly worth considering. In any case, something else much more dangerous has caught your attention. One of the candles, which was knocked from the chandelier, has rolled across the floor and set light to the heavy curtains. The fire is spreading rapidly. You must escape quickly. Smoke is beginning to creep out of the room as you look behind you. Walking down the drive, you glance back to see the fire making rapid progress through the ground floor. Flames are licking along the wooden beams. In an hour or so, the place will be beyond rescue. From a safe distance, you watch the fire destroy the house. A fitting end, you think, for a house of hell. Absolutely wonderful. Love that ending. Brilliant ending, that. I don't think I showed you the creature itself. There's a picture of it. I forgot to show you it during the battle. Don't know where it is. Yeah, there's lots of places to explore here. This leads to it, doesn't it? So 351. This will lead me to the right place. Yeah, there's lots of places to explore in this book, and if you go the wrong way... Oh, 336 it was. I think there's a picture of the beast anyway. Oh no, there wasn't. No, there wasn't a picture of the... Oh no, there was, 181. Yeah, I'm sure there's a picture of the beast. They wouldn't miss that. Yeah, here it is. Here's the beast that we fought. Evil thing that Franklin's turns into. Anyway, yeah, very difficult book. This the last boss is difficult enough, but finding all the things you need. I mean, you have to, on 2 separate occasions. You have to, well, on one occasion you have to go to a page number that isn't even explained on the on the page. You have to subtract 10 or something and go to that thing to get the crisp knife, and then you have to do the Mordana thing that's turned to 88, and then the cast iron key thing, and finding all those things. So many wrong turnings. If you take the wrong turning, you'll meet some horrible people, and you won't get the crisp knife. And I think there's something where you go down and there's a ritual taking place, and I don't think there's any way out of that. You keep sort of getting caught or something. It's a very difficult book and quite frightening if you take a wrong turning. Lots of horrible things happen. But yeah, but that's House of Hell done. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the House of Hell. I'm going eventually to do another book I like, Death Trap Dungeon. Now, this book was also converted into a PlayStation game called Death Trap Dungeon. It's a very good game. For some reason, the game has lots of things added to it that aren't in the book at all, like weird things like alchemists and stuff, and all sorts of nonsense. But it's a very fun game, very Tomb Raider 2-ish. But the book is really good. It's a very interesting book. It's a lot like it has the same feel about it as Warlock of Firetop Mountain. You have to get certain keys and the numbers add up. It's obviously in the same vein as this. But yeah, House of Hell it isn't a swords and sorcery book. It's a modern thing, and it's a bit darker than the other books. You know, it's not all about swords and sorcery and wizards and things. It's darker. It's about proper evil. I think they were talking about making a film about it. I did read they were making a film about House of Hell. But unfortunately, I think the project for making a film about House of Hell, which I would love to see, I think it's been put on hold, unfortunately, and I don't think it's going to happen. It would be a very good book, rather a very good film, but obviously it would take away from the book, because the book is it's a game book, and the film wouldn't be a game book. I think it would be better if they made a video game of it, but I was interested in learning about a film was being made about House of Hell, but I don't think it's happening. I think I'll try to find a link to it, and then I'll put it in the description for this video so you can have a look. There was a web page for House of Hell film, and I think Steve Jackson was involved or something, or maybe it was Ian Livingstone, but that wouldn't make any sense because Steve Jackson's the author. But I'll see if I can find a link to it, and if I do, I'll put it in the video description for you, just so you can have a look. If it's just a Wikipedia a link that exists now, the webpage is probably gone, then I'll just put the Wikipedia link there, because it is quite interesting. They were going to make a film about this book. Probably wouldn't have been a very good film, you know, they never are, but yeah, you know, that's House of Hell. I've decided I did give up on Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy, because I was frustrated that I was doing too many things off camera. I was evolving my Pokemon off camera. I was frustrated with that, so I'm going to have another go at Pokemon Yellow. That's going to be my next video series, and I'm going to show you more things on camera. Finding the Pokemon. I was frustrated that I found all the Pokemon in the Safari Zone, for example, off camera, and you know, I found them all. The next video, I found them all, you know. But I didn't get to show you for some reason, because I couldn't be bothered, because I was lazy, how to find them, and showing you finding all the Pokemon, for example, in the Safari Zone. So I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to show you all the Pokemon being caught and evolving. I'm not just going to do it like how I did do it. All the videos are gone now, by the way. How I did do it, which is like, you know, next video, oh, this is what I've done, so and so evolved, I found this Pokemon, blah 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 blah. I'm going to show you everything. So I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to show you everything. And then I'm going to do Pokemon Crystal afterwards, because it needs doing. I've completed Pokemon Silver. I never completed Crystal properly. I never completed the Pokédex, because I could never be bothered. And it frustrated me that I couldn't get Pokemon 251, which is Celebi. You can't get it on. You can only get it legitimately on the Japanese version of Crystal, and only then via some sort of weird mobile phone device. You can only get it in European games, Silver, Gold and Crystal, with a Game Shark. So I will be doing that, of course, because it's just stupid. I don't know why they add that in there. Why can't they just have a thing that makes you catch it? Why do they have to make it so that one thing's only catchable with with a Game Shark. I don't understand that. Like with Mew, why can't they just have Mew in the game in Pokemon Yellow? I mean, I don't understand. You know, you have to exploit glitches or something or some rubbish. But anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching this playthrough of House of Hell. It wasn't as long as Warlock of Firetop Mountain or Portal of Evil, but a very good book nonetheless. So I hope you tune in to more videos that I churn out as they come. Thanks again, and bye bye.